Hi, it's Mark from Mark of the Cyberbeast. I just topped off my truck to 100% battery because we have a 300-mile trek to the North Georgia mountains, specifically Lake Hiawassee, Young Harris, Georgia. We're going to see my favorite band, Night Ranger. I've seen this band perform in Maine. I've seen this band perform in New Jersey. I've seen it perform in South Carolina. I've seen it perform in Georgia. I've seen it perform in Florida. Multiple times in a couple of those states, actually. And I designed a little treat for them. Their first big breakout hit, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, I made an incredible light show. Blows away the Queen one I did. Totally does. 4 minutes of just using all the lights on this Cybertruck looks amazing. I'm going to do my best to make sure these guys get a chance to see it in action. I'd like to see if they go for a test drive and launch them 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. But really, I just wanted to see the light show. I put a lot of time and effort into it. Probably a day and a half or so of programming. Looks amazing. Worst comes to worst, we're just going to enjoy the concert. But I've met Brad Gillis, the guitar player and founder, a couple times before. I've done some meet and greets with them. I've actually hung out, had beers with their tour manager and roadies a few times. So it's been a fun treat hanging with them. Reached out to see if I can get to them tonight, night before the show. At night, show them the light show. We'll see. We'll see what we have in store. I don't know. It could happen. It could not happen. We don't know. This is fly by the seat of our pants. But we're going to be in FSD. We've got version 0.9. Okay. This is going to be it's a 13.2.9. We did this trip from Raleigh. It was great. We're going to try it full on board to Georgia. We have some highways. We have some back roads. We have some small highways. Some 1 lanes, some 2 lanes, some mountain roads. When we get there, there's gonna be superchargers around. We're staying at a VRBO that actually has an EV charger, because you can search on Airbnb and VRBO by charger, by specifying that you want the home to have an EV charger. Well, guess what? I specified an EV charger for the home because we know that I needed to charge this thing up. Now, there are superchargers in the area, and we're going to go ahead and charge up again to 100%. We've got 2 stops. One's a 13 or 15 minute stop. Another one's a 3-minute stop. And we're going to kind of go from there. So it's going to be a great trip. We're going to be there for 2 nights. We're going to drive back. Hopefully have some great footage, and we'll take it from there. As many of you know from my previous videos, I manually drive through my subdivision because it's a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit, and to me that's entirely too slow. As you can see, I'm a hair above that, but I engage in FSD right here and go through my local area here. As you see, I'm on my phone making some trades on Robinhood, and I get to a drawbridge. Now, this drawbridge opens up every half hour, usually for about 5 minutes, but evidently they were waiting for a boat. And it took almost 25 minutes. I should have gone around and bypassed it, but I didn't. Stupid Mark. And as a result, we lost about a half an hour of time. So got through that, making my way to the highway, and I'm going to give you some music to enjoy this trip. Stay tuned for the last probably third of this video. The last third is me going through the Georgia mountains with some hairpin turns. That is absolutely gorgeous. So far, I have had zero involvement in the steering with FSD 13.2.9. As I go through these back roads of South Carolina and we approach I-95, this whole trip so far, zero issues. This is about a third of the way through the trip, and here we are going on 95. That was Buc-ee's right there. And for the rest of the trip, again, be looking stylish with FSD. The FSD handled that merge from the construction really well. I did not have to intervene whatsoever. And as you'll see me discuss at a local stop, the only engagement I really had was when I had to stop at a couple toll booths and make sure I got into the correct lane because I did not have a pass. Okay, it's stop number 1, mark of the Cyberbeast here, stopping in Columbia, South Carolina. We've got a loaded area here. We've got these 3 stalls all filled up. We're gonna be here for about 17 minutes charging up. We've got a Rivian charging on one of these stalls that are sticking out. We have another Cybertruck here, look at that. And we have several more, mostly 3s, some Ys. Still got a couple of stalls open, but we're definitely filled up over in Columbia. So we're staying here for about 17 minutes. I get a good charge in here. The next stop is only gonna be for several minutes, and then we'll be in Georgia. So it's been a pretty good trip so far. FSD the whole way. I had to get around 1 or 2 people, so I manually engaged. A couple little things. One was getting here. I don't know if you can see, but there's another strip mall next door, and there is a wall that goes about 40 feet down. Had me turn over there instead of over here because you can't go make a right-hand turn and come up a 40-foot wall. So I go back out to the road. So there was that, and then getting off the exit, I actually had to engage because there was a line of cars and I was going to cut everyone off. So I had to manually cut everyone off. rather than have FSD do it and mess something up. So a couple little flaws on 0.9 here. Other than that, been a chill Joe Rogan listening to podcast type of day. A little overcast, but so far so good. Can't wait to see Night Ranger tomorrow. Still waiting to hear back to see if we're going to play them the light show in person. We'll see. We'll keep you informed. But so far this trip has been amazing. Anytime you go 6 hours or more, 7 hours or more, it's always good to have FSD. So full group here. Another Cybertruck. We may have to go say hello. And this is the first of 2 toll booths, and I did not have a Sun Pass on this truck. My Sun Pass is on my Florida Toyota Tundra, so I'll be ordering a Sun Pass here to avoid having to stop and go through my change to give it to the attendant. So that was definitely a hiccup on this drive. Here's the other toll booth. Who knew there'd be toll booths in Greenville, South Carolina? Go figure. But as we get off here, we're starting to get towards Georgia. And here you start seeing where the drive gets pretty. Now we're still in North or South Carolina, going to our final charging stop right here. It's Mark of the Cyberbeast. This is our second and last stop. Here we are just outside of Clemson University. It's actually a gas station over here. They have some deep fried Oreo cookies. As tempting as it is, I'm guaranteeing that they're not organic, so I'm not going to have any. My wife made some food we had in the coolers, so we're going to have some lunch on that. Got a drink over here at the gas station. Dogs went to the bathroom. This is a quick stop, probably under 10 minutes. And then next stop is Young Harris, Georgia. We're going to relax tonight, maybe have some Italian food at Enrico's. And then after that, just chill out. Maybe we'll get to see Night Ranger. Maybe see him at the hotel. We'll see. We don't know. All right, stay tuned, and we'll be there at the next stop. Now I have to ask, is it eating while driving or driving while eating when you're in FSD? I don't know which takes priority first, but I enjoyed that organic chicken sandwich my wife made for me. It definitely helps make eating on the road a lot healthier. We've had basically some drizzle, not really rain, but really just drizzling all day, so the wiper was going a lot, really just to wipe some basic drops off the windshield, but nothing too major. Just an overcast day of driving, but thankfully just wasn't any bad weather. We're at the tail end of, I think, of South Carolina and approaching North Carolina, and this may be where we change, and we are now in the North Georgia mountains. It's literally a three-way intersection of South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia. This part of the trip, it is the most beautiful. Sit back and enjoy the scenery. It only gets better from here. Okay, it's Mark of the Cyberbeast with a third stop actually. They had a stop here in Helen, Georgia. The cool news is brand new superchargers. These look like the new V4. So I didn't check to see how fast we were going. I have to probably take a look. Let's see how fast are we charging. Well, it doesn't tell us the speed we're charging, but it does say that the rate is limited by the charging facility. So it appears as though we have the new faster chargers, and the dogs, as you can see, are pulling me. But unfortunately, we cannot get the speeds that we probably have here because they're limited by the place here that we're at here in Helen, Georgia. If you've never been to Helen, Georgia, really cool place. It's a little German town. They do an Oktoberfest every year. It's touristy, but it's kind of cool, small little town. Habersham Winery we just passed. So we're in the Georgia mountains, very scenic right now. We do have a meet and greet. Reached out to some contacts. I have a meet and greet with the band. So I may have to show them the videotape of our light show. We'll see. You never know. Okay? But we are going to meet the band. We'll see if we get them in the Cybertruck. Worst case scenario, we just meet the band, go see a great concert. It'll be fun. But 300 miles, this thing did excellent on the highway. The only time it ever had any issues was coming off and going into the supercharger at the other location where it just went to the wrong elevation. It thought it could make a right turn, but it couldn't. There was a 40-foot wall there. Other than that, the highway was great, even with all the traffic and the crazy drivers. It was all good. So, FSD for the win. We still have another 45 more minutes to get to our VRBO, and then we're going to settle in there. I'm not sure about dinner though. We do have a charging station there we'll tap into, get some free charging. But we had a late lunch, so who knows? Maybe we'll just go out for a little ice cream or something. We'll see. Anyway, third stop's the charm. By the way, massive amounts of bugs, big squishy bugs all over the place. Be doing some cleaning for sure. Okay, we have arrived. It's around just under 5 o'clock. We left a little after 9, so it was closer to an 8-hour drive. We did stop a little longer to charge. We stopped a third time. The dogs had to do their thing, so the stops are a little bit longer, but got here safely. As you can see, we've got a third-party charger right here. And what I did was I plugged in my adapter for my NAX charger, and it's charging up. I came here with about 22% remaining. I went into the settings and I changed it from 10% remaining to over 20%, and that's why we stopped a third time, because I wanted to make sure I have some gas, because we passed by a Dairy Queen about 5 miles out, and I think we're gonna have a little ice cream. So just want to make sure I had it a little bit charged, just in case I didn't have enough time here to charge up. We just got to our cabin, middle one right behind us here. Cute little place, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. I'll have the link down in the description here. Cute little place right here in Lake Hiawassee. Can't wait to see the concert, and it looks like we're gonna have a good time tomorrow night. We got the meet and greet. We're gonna try to see the guys hopefully tonight if possible. If not, we'll just see them tomorrow. And probably at the end of the concert, I'll get with the roadies, gonna copy the set list, get a couple guitar picks, gotta go home with some goodies. But FSD, the Georgia mountains, if you stayed in through this for the last portion, it's probably about the last hour to 90 minutes of the drive through the Georgia mountains, were absolutely beautiful. So hope you enjoyed the scenery, because it was as pleasant to drive, a couple of hairpin turns. Absolutely loved it. I do miss living in the Georgia mountains. This is just some gorgeous area right here. Just to give a little background, you've got a fire pit over here and just some woods over here behind you. Just mountains and mountains and homes on top of mountains right by Lake Chattoogie. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Tesla, gotta love coming here on FSD. I enjoy these trips. You know, back in the day when I used to drive my Tundra everywhere, it used to be hard. After about 6 hours, 7 hours, driving that many hours, you get so tired, it's just not enjoyable. Had a great time here. My wife played some music the last hour or so going through the Georgia mountains. She put on some Cat Stevens, some James Taylor, and some John Denver. So kind of got in the mood for this. Anyway, Thanks for joining me on this trip to go see my favorite band, Night Ranger. And as always, tell your friends, tell your enemies, okay, even better. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.